Good evening and welcome this evening to the SwiftSole drop recap and setup for week 17, ready for the Corss box logo and Chucky Doll. My name is Josh, aka the LuckyBotter, and I'm coming to you live from LaunchPod Studios to bring to you this guide, drop recaps, and also set up some resale predictions for today, hosted, of course, by SwiftSole. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, everyone. I can see you in the chat. Do not worry. We'll put you up on there. And listen, don't worry about FFS, not the LuckyBotter. Trust me, you will like me after this. I'm here to help. So basically what we're going to be doing this week is we're going to first of all go through the recap of last week. You may have seen my video all about the Mortal Kombat machines, and I'm going to give you some details in regards to some of the numbers that we've been able to confirm. Not only that, we're going to go for a cop or drop. We're going to look at what's being released, what's got resale, what hasn't got resale. Then looking at setting up SwiftSole. If you haven't got the mobile app, obviously you need to go get it. And there might be some surprises in this stream later on after the Q&A from you guys. And then, of course, we'll go through how to purchase the app, etc., etc. So, hello to everyone. Remember, keep it clean, keep it nice and easy inside of the chat. I'm here to help. So, any questions that you got, please put it down. My producer at the back there will also give me all your different questions on the screen. So first and foremost, let's look at last week. As you know, a load of the big bots were stopped by Supreme's anti-bot, the ticket system. We found that massive bots basically took less than around 50 stock of the Mortal Kombat machine arcades. Now, everyone was worrying, is there a lot of stock? Because it seems too easy to get. And that's because, of course, we were using SwiftSole. And that's because SwiftSole emulates human activity, is a browser-type bot, rather than one that's trying to go through the back end, where Supreme actually thinks it's a human and allows you to check out. So what we was able to get is, first of all, 1,022 arcade machines in the US. That's out of 2,400. That's nearly 50% of total stock. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And in the EU, 183 machines were secured on the initial drop. That's out of 800 machines. So look, it's rumored that there's like, what, 3,000, I don't know, 200 or something like that machines around, or 3,400, sorry. So if you was able to get some of them, maybe you're in the chat now and you was. However, basically, you've got a number on the outside of the box that tells you out of a certain number. And yes, my mods are in the chat. Unfortunately, let me just tell you right now, like, if you don't keep it clean, we're going to have to mute you, unfortunately. So let's see what you guys are saying. What did you hit last week? Will there be a promo code to purchase the bot? There is a surprise coming up, Mr. I'm not going to pronounce your name because I might butcher it and I don't want to upset you straight away. But there might be. OBBC salute. How you doing, Aaron? One of the mods inside of the chat, keeping it nice and clean for us. Of course, he is. And we are going to now move on to the cop and drop in 1 second. My question is, when I'm checking out tomorrow with different profiles, can I use the same credit card and address info? What needs to be changed for me to make multiple profiles on the same AL? Great question. I'm going to be going through that. I'm going to put my phone actually on the screen here and show you exactly how to set up, go through jigging of profiles, go through payment details, billing, etc., etc. We'll do that step by step. I promise. We're going to make sure that you are ready to cop tomorrow, all of us together. All right, so do not worry. Let's go on to the cop and drop this week. Let's look at what's being released. What should you go for? What's more of a personal item? Let's take a look. So, first and foremost, this is the major drops this week. Over here are the major items. Now, on this list here, you're basically looking at the stuff that may have some resale, but most of it, in all honesty, is more of a sleeper, or stay away from it unless you want it as a personal. But there is a couple of bits in here. First and foremost, the pins. I don't know, anywhere between £3 or $3 upwards. The hats, potentially, depends. Some hats have been doing well, but actually they're not the hats to go for here. Then right at the top there, the balaclavas. I think they're a sleeper item. I think, honestly, that the resale on that will be pretty good. If not now, then a good hold, in all honesty. So those balaclavas aren't bad at all. They're made by New Era as well, so you know that they're going to be good quality. It's not just some crap firmer insulated stuff, basically. So some really good stuff. Jackets, stay away. We don't need animal print anymore, Supreme. Leave us alone. Leave us out of that. Now, this, I'm going to try and... that there, those hoodies, they could have been done well. Supreme could have come out of a really good hoodie, but unfortunately, they just didn't bring it this time, and they're going to brick. The ones at the bottom, people are wondering, is it a zip? Is it a pullover? Is it a small box logo with a Supreme spell out? Then, of course, you've got the joggers that come with it, or the trousers, that way, over on there. So, in all honesty, none of that is really hyped for resale, but the balaclava will do pretty well out of all of that lot if you're going to go for anything. And actually, for a personal, it's not too bad. Maybe if you ride a motorbike, or maybe if you need something to, cover your face in these times, it's quite a cool little item there. Of course, main colorways are going to be your black, your purple, and your grey. Other two, red, the green, not really. Generally speaking, purple is always a limited colour for Supreme. We know that from week on week. But your black is going to be the main one. Grey, not so much. Go for purple or black. Black is your main colour. Simple as that. Don't worry, we're going to be answering all of these questions when we come into it. Let's get on to the next segment. One of the items that are going to be reselling, but generally speaking, may not have the most resale, is going to be some of the hats. And these are the box logo hats that are coming out. As you can see them here, being told that they're corduroy potentially. Your black hats, your purple hats, your grey are always going to do well when it comes to Supreme. The floral, I think you just need to be, a confident person to wear that, and maybe something that you really, really like in order for you to go for it. But those hats are a good bet. They will have resale, maybe not straight away, maybe as a hold, or just quick flip the items. Simple as that. But don't brick the market. Don't be selling it for below retail. You're better off just sending it back to Supreme rather than bricking the market. But you won't need to do that with these, okay? They will have some resale. It's as simple as that. Next items, obviously the main ones of this week has got to be the winter tees. Now there's a load within here that's got some resale, near enough all of them. A couple of them are a bit meh. There's some main ones within this collection, but everyone loves the winter tees when it comes to Supreme. They're at a good price point as well. They've got some really good resale value. So there's quite a few in here that you can go for. But there are 2, maybe 3 major ones to keep your eye on. There's only really one bricky one in this segment, and I'm going to go through that in a second. So let's first of all look at the Everywhere tee. So the Everywhere tee is basically kind of like this statue type thing there, looking very majestic and angelic on your chest. Army camo, probably not. Maybe a grey or a black will look quite nice, or a white will look quite nice. Should have some resale, to be honest. It's quite a nice design there. It's not too in your face when it comes to Supreme. So for some people out there that kind of want to wear Supreme but don't want to tell everyone, it'll have some good resale. It's as simple as that. Let's move on to the Blur tee. So the Blur tee, again, it's not a bad item here. They could have done it a bit better. It's probably not looking so good on the orange, but again, we'll have some resale. Generally speaking, all of the winter tees mainly will, apart from one really. But not a bad little colorway when it comes to this. Probably wouldn't go for the orange. Maybe the red might look quite cool because of that red kind of detail that they've got in the middle there, the pinky red. White will look good. Black will obviously look good. You just won't see the square so much. Depends on how they print it on the t-shirt, in all honesty. Let's move on to the Chrome tee. Chrome tee's got a massive back patch as well of that logo right on the back. Pretty cool, in my opinion. I personally am not a fan of the yellow and the blue. Within that, I think they could have maybe come with a different color combination, would have made it look really nice. But generally speaking, people are going to love that t-shirt because simple logo here, massive splash at the back. It's going to resell. We know that. It's a massive Supreme item, so let's go for it. The only one that's going to brick, the Koi tee. And I've called it the Koi because I'm not trying to pronounce that name because I don't want to butcher anyone on here or offend anyone. Nah, I mean, there's so many text tees that, Supreme keep on bringing out. And in all honesty, like, what is that? Like, what? Just leave it. This is the only t-shirt that I would say don't go for. Yeah, we've obviously got some main priority t-shirts. This one here, I'd drop it. I'd leave it at that. Let's move on to the No More Shh tee. So this here is a decent tee. Now on the back, I didn't show it up in the live stream because basically YouTube mucks around the algorithm when you have swear words and all that stuff. But it's got a load of different logos at the back. Some of it's swearing, some of it's not. Looks a bit like a racing team in a sense. But that box logo there is pretty cool. In all honesty, it's quite nice. It's like a faded thing. It's got something to the side of it. Makes it look like it's moving. Quite a nice t-shirt. Nice for personal if you don't mind wearing swear words on your back, in all honesty. So that's the No More Shh tee. Simple as that. Let's move on to the Bear tee. I actually quite like this tee. I really like that little furry mofo standing there in the middle, being all happy as Larry and shiz. But he's quite cool. He'd look really nice on a black colorway or a white colorway, in my opinion. And purple would rock. That would rock purple. Let's look at him, that purple little mofo furry boy. That will look pretty cool. I quite like that t-shirt. I'm not going to go for it myself, but if I was to go for a third t-shirt, that one would be it. On to the Classics tee. Now, the Classics tee is a pretty cool tee. This is like the classic logo of Supreme. It's a very, very old logo that they came out with quite a long time ago. So if you've got any people within the Supreme community that's basically a veteran of Supreme or a collector or someone that's liked it from the beginning, this is the type of tee that they're going to love. It's very simple, very clean. It looks like it was made in Buckingham Palace, basically. It looks like the Queen would rock this when she's doing her mumsy speech on Christmas Day. This is probably what she's going to be flexing on us with, simple as that. But it'll have some good resale. Not for me. I'm more of a hype beast, unfortunately. Let's move on to the next tee, which you know your boy's got to get, and that is Miss Mariah Kerry. You know I'm going to be wearing this on Christmas Day, right? I'm getting this t-shirt. Whether I have to pay resale for it, this is my Christmas t-shirt, okay? And you know Mariah's looking sassy AF on that there. The black one is obviously one of the best. The white ones are going to do bits. The grey ones are going to do bits. This is the t-shirt to go for, or the second t-shirt to go for, in all honesty. If you're going in-store, don't know if some of you guys and girls botted in-store and got a slot. This is one to go for 100%. After, of course, the main event. And that is going to be the next t-shirt, the Cross Box logo. You know that this is the main thing. There's a couple of tips when it comes to going for this on SwiftSole, which we'll go into when it comes to setting it up. But this is the one to go for. Purple is going to be your more limited. The main other colorways that you're going to be going for are going to be the black, the white, and potentially the grey. Simple as that. And Josh, I like your style. You've got a great name as well. Do not sell these t-shirts for less than $2.50. You've already bricked the hoodies. Do not brick the t-shirts, please. The t-shirts always do better. Most of the time, the t-shirts do very, very well. People love them, okay? Purple's going to be more limited. Remember, if you don't know this, small and XL, generally anything Supreme, is always the most limited sizes. They're the ones that go first. Large next, and then medium. So if you want a safe bet, go for your mediums. That's your boy's size. So if you do get it, send it off to me for retail. That's a joke, of course. But medium is always going to be the easiest one to hit most of the time. Small and XL are your first ones. Probably small, then XL, then large, and then medium. But any of these will do some bits. So go for them. Now we get away from the t-shirts and we go on to the main event, or what I consider the main event. You may not consider the main event. And I need this. This is going to be my youngster throughout my wolf pack, and that is the Chucky Doll. Now, what would have been cool, and I did notice a couple of people saying this, what would have been cool if they had some matching stuff for this doll released this week. If you think, imagine they had that stripy t-shirt come out, or imagine they had a Chucky t-shirt. You know what they did? I think it was it last year? They had the Chucky t-shirt come out with the Crusher hat on. Imagine they did something homage to that. That would have been amazing. Imagine he had the Crusher hat on or something. Maybe not the knife, because in the EU you're not really allowed to sell the knives, but would have been cool if they did something more with Chucky, maybe following it onto their t-shirts rather than the bear having Chucky or something like that. Now, Chucky has been shown to have a good resale. However, accessories have been a bit weird when it comes to Supreme this season, where certain ones are doing well and certain ones aren't. It's always going to come down to how limited this item is. Yeah, it's a high retail, and we go through the retails when we go through the tasks today, but it's a high retail item. So if you've not got much capital, go for the t-shirts, then go for the Chucky Doll. I'm only saying that so I can hit it. We'll go through that in a second, Mr. Smeg or Mrs. Smeg. We will look at the retail on Chucky, and we'll show you what the projected resale is as well, because you've got all that inside of the app as well. Simple as that. Okay, so that's your main drop when it comes to Supreme. Of course, if you want to go for the hoodies, if you want to go for the pins or any of the other hats, etc., then do try, do go for it. Maybe even look at a multi-cart. If you're going for those sort of items, you're probably more likely to multi-cart stuff like that than you are the Cross BOGO. You may even be able to multi-cart, another winter tee. It's just the Cross BOGO, I wouldn't risk it. Do not risk a multi-cart for the sake of saving $5 to $10 on shipping. It's as simple as that. Okay, right, so let's look at setting up SwiftSole. So give me a second. I'm going to plug my phone in. Let's hope the wife don't call. Here we go. I'm going to actually go onto airplane mode as well. And my phone should come up on the screen any second. There we go. So welcome to SwiftSole. So basically, when you download the software, this is the screen that you're going to see. But do not go here first. Don't go here first. Where you want to go is actually into test flight. Now, it can't load now because obviously I am on airplane mode, but you want to make sure that you are on the updated version. Make sure in the morning or this evening, whatever time it is for you, make sure you go onto here and you've downloaded the updated version, because you know the SwiftSole developers are making sure we're doing bits with the app. So first and foremost, this is your home screen. You've got some announcements at the top there, anything SwiftSole want you to know. Some analytics below, whether you've got successful checkouts or failed checkouts. I haven't got that set up currently. And then below, you've got all your purchases, simple as that. We're going to be looking at how to set up the tasks. I'm going to go nice and easy. I'm going to explain everything on here. And this is where you can ask your questions if you need to during it. But the main Q&A will come afterwards. Only ask questions about setting up the tasks for me here. So let's start with the top right-hand corner. You've got your cart management system. Within here, you are able to basically add more than one item into a cart. And I'm going to show you how to do that. You've got your different carts basically spread out. Your tasks will usually coincide with these carts. I'll explain that in a second. Your main stuff's going to come from the button next to it, which is your plus sign. So a few things. You obviously got your start task button, your stop task button, your delete all button. Okay, so obviously starts tasks, stop tasks, delete tasks. Simple as that. Let's go on to the create tasks, because this is going to answer some of your questions as well when it comes to what is the expected retail and resale. Now, that bandana there is quite a new item to be announced. In all honesty, at a $6, shall we say, or £5 resale profit, I won't bother, in all honesty. So here's the Chucky Doll. Chucky Doll retail is looking at around $130, maybe around £100, a bit more, probably around near the £115 mark. Again, this is projected, right? We don't know until they drop. We do not know until they drop. It should have free shipping, but if they do us like they did the Mortal Kombat arcade machine, that was like, what, $90 shipping or something like that? Absolutely horrendous, Supreme. Like you ain't making enough money, sir. Anyway, then you've got your pants. Don't need to go for pants. All right, they drop that every week. You'll be all right with pants. Socks, again, you don't need to go for socks. And then also your tees. Now we've got the hats. Now, again, don't know the main retail on this yet, but those hats there, the box logo ones, they should have a good resale. Generally, hats around your $48, $38-ish, but we'll see. Balaclavas over there at the $65 resale. Then we've got the troopers. Again, little lunch money. I don't know, maybe $10 or something like that. Then again, remember we said that those caps, no, that $548 for that jacket. If you buy that, you are smoking something you shouldn't be. Okay. Same with the tracksuit bottoms. Again, $148. No. We don't need that, Supreme. No, thank you. We definitely don't need those. We definitely don't need those. Now, this is one thing to note, is that not most weeks, some weeks, Supreme will restock the Air Force Ones. Okay. Now, it's either black or the white colorway. It's not every week. Sometimes it's not on a Thursday. Sometimes it's on a Friday. You are basically good to just maybe add some tasks. It would be wise just to add some tasks in case they do actually restock the Air Force One, both on a Thursday and a Friday. Now, anyone from the US, you are very lucky, because basically if we restock here in the EU, I'm here in the UK, London, as we speak. If we restock, you kind of know you're going to restock. We're kind of the test monkeys, shall we say. Again, those jumpers, they should have... I don't know what Supreme were thinking. They could have done really well with those, but they didn't, unfortunately. Now, those ones there with the Supreme spell out, they've got some resale. Don't put all your efforts into it. You've got better stuff to go for. Much better stuff. Now, move on to the T-shirts. Generally a $50 plus resale on most of them until we get down to that Bruck Up tee. Don't know what they were thinking about that one. And then, of course, the Mariah, sweet Mariah, all I want for Christmas. And then we have got, of course, where is it? Where are you? The box logo. Currently at a resale of around $200 plus. We need to make sure, as people who are resellers, as people who are going to get tons of this with SwiftSole, that we ensure we don't brick this. Let's make a pact right now, and I want you to comment right now, no bricking crew. Because that's who we are right now in this comment stream. We are the no bricking crew. Okay? Simple. This is it. See? Chill channel name is the guy. Make sure that you are making sure, makes sense, make sure that you are not bricking this t-shirt. Please do not brick it. Please. Simple. Right. So let's look at how we would create a task. So let's go from my man Chucky. Simple. So all we've got to do is click on to Chucky. Then we've got some different details. I'll explain the nuances if you've got the standard version and the premium version of SwiftSole in a second, and why I would probably recommend the premium version if you're going for more than one item in a second, especially if you're going for a load of crossbogos. And again, that's not an advertisement. I don't get anything, by the way, if you update or not upgrade. First and foremost, your quantities. Do not go for more than one item on one profile. Don't do it. Don't put 2 in there and think that you're going to be able to check out 2. Supreme doesn't allow multiples, regardless if it's in different carts. Most of the time, SwiftSole has basically set up this task ready to roll, but you just need to have a look. Make sure that you're liking it. So these are my different profiles in here. I'll show you how to set your profiles up in a minute. I'll have more than that tomorrow because I use different cards. So I might have 10 of those. I might go for 10 Chucky Dolls. I might go for 10 t-shirts, something like that. Now, make sure you are only going for one item per profile, just to make sure you don't get any form of shadow bans or any form of issues when it comes to checking out. Okay, that's just a tip. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, as in sometimes people can go for multiple items on one profile, but most people get errors when doing that because Supreme isn't stupid. If you've got 5 things trying to check out individually, Supreme's anti-bot is smarter than that. So just, be sensible, okay? Just be sensible. Now, Capture Harvester. Captures are those things, right, where it says, click the traffic lights on that little grid, and you basically got to get out your magnifying glass to see if that traffic light is over on that box. You're like, is it? Is it? You go, no, it's not, and then bang, they hit you with another one because it was just slightly over. Now, you've got 2 options here. You've got your Capture Harvester, where you can do that on the screen where the tasks are. Most of you will be doing that. But if you're a premium member like me, big up the Prems, you will be able to use a service called AYCD. Basically, with AYCD, what that you're able to do is start auto solve in AYCD, and it does as it says. It auto solves the captures for you. You just sit back and you relax, and you see the checkouts coming in from SwiftSole. You have Mariah all over you, jumping on you. You got Chucky behind you trying to stab you in the back and all sorts. But I'm going to choose AYCD. Then drop mode. You've got 2 different modes, and restock mode is now working. You start with drop mode to begin with. If you don't hit for whatever reason, don't panic. Supreme like to restock regularly. Go back into the task, click restock mode, go for it. Simple as that. You might want to pick that mode if on a Friday you think that they might restock Air Force Ones. So you might start it, say, at 10:59 or 11:59, because sometimes it's midday that they drop it. And then just keep restock mode going. Okay, keep it going, keep it going. Start time, you can either set a start time in your phone, or you can do manual. I always do manual because I like to press start 30 seconds before or whatever. So this would be my task. I press save. Simple. Is it easy to use AYCD? Yeah, it takes some time to set up. Look, if you want me to do a stream on AYCD, I'm happy to do that for you guys as well. Let me just add in another task in a second. Let's get these boxers. I'm going to look bougie on Christmas. Boxers and Mariah. That's what I'm going for. Let's just do that. Cool. So you've added in. You go back. There is now your task screen. Now you'll notice on this task screen, I've got 2 different carts with 2 different codes. Now let's say I wanted to try and multi-cart this. It's really, really simple. All I've got to do, this is like QVC, isn't it? Decent. I'm literally a salesman. You need to put me on QVC. But basically, all you've got to do is just hold on to one of those. And as you see, look, I just drag it up and I drop it in that cart. Done. So when I'm ready now, that is in one cart. Again, don't be stupid and do this with hyped items. I wouldn't recommend this on 3 of the items this week. Don't do it on the Chucky Doll, don't do it on the Crossbogo, and do not do it on the Mariah Tee, okay? Because if one of them goes out of stock, you might get into an issue, all right? You might get into an issue. So don't do that. So we're ready to roll. We're not going to do multi-cart, but say we was, and we leave it on there. AYCD doesn't work on hype drops. It works on every drop for me, sir. Now, if I go back into the plus sign, we've got some other stuff that we need to think about. Look at the bottom, right? Middle one. If you are not using AYCD, you need to add your Gmail in. And all I do is I click on Gmail. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back before I dox myself. When you click on that, you basically sign into your Gmail account, okay? That will give you more likelihood of getting 1-clicks, which basically means that when you go to check out, Supreme, because you're signed into your Gmail, knows you are a human, you're not a bot, doesn't give you captcha, and you are on your way to check out goodness, yeah? But that doesn't always happen. After a few times or a few requests, you will get captures. But sign into your Gmail, you're more than likely to get one-clicks for the time being. But to make sure you are ready in case captures come, again, that plus sign is where everything is. Down at your bottom left, you've got the harvester. Click on harvester. This is now where captures will appear. No matter how many tasks I've got, I can scroll through the tasks. Captures will appear in this window and you can solve it through your thumbs. Now, actually, this is faster than usually doing it on a PC, by the way, because a PC, if you think about mouse movements and clicks, you're doing this with your thumbs and you're always on your phone. So it's kind of like second nature now. You've got that, I forgot what they call it, like muscle memory to do it. It's really simple. Simple as that, right? So billing profiles. What you're going to need to do when it comes to copying multiple items, it doesn't really matter if you're going for different items at different times. But let's say you wanted 10 BOGOs, right? You need 10 unique profiles. 10 unique profiles. What I mean by that is unique names, unique addresses, unique billing. So the unique name. Let's say my name is John Smith. I could on one task put my full name, John Smith. On the next task, I might put John spelt Jon Smith. I may on the next task after that put JOHNSMYTH Smith instead of an I. You need to start changing around your names, profiles, etc. and even your telephone number. Okay? So if I go into my test task or my test profile, so let's say for instance my name was John Smith. As you can see in my full name there, I've changed that to JON, 2 H's at the end. You need to think about 10 different names that basically you can think, if you're going for 10 different items, to have 10 different profiles, okay? Now, be careful with that, because if UPS come to deliver to you and for some reason you've put a totally different name and you've missed it or whatever and you can't go and pick it up because you haven't got ID for that, just be careful. Make sure it's a name that's close to you or close to someone in your house, or know your UPS person. And yes, Benjamin, don't worry, I'm going to go through that in a second, okay? Doesn't name have to match the name of the card? Depends on the card issuer. Most of the time, no. As long as your postcode matches, because that's the only thing you don't change. Your postal code or your zip code. And usually that's where cards are looking for fraud. It's not really the name most of the time. Depends on your card issuer. But most of the time, that's it. My wife works works high in a bank for risk. So I kind of know this stuff, which is quite cool. Email address needs to be totally different as well. Just remember that you don't really need a real email address. In all honesty, you're never going to really get your shipping email anyway. You're not going to get your confirmation email anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But I would recommend using a real one so you can see if there are any updates. It's simple as that. Now, address line 1. Imagine I was the Queen. Well, I am the Queen. And I lived at 123 Buckingham Palace. You can see what I've done there in the second profile is I've split the word Buckingham, really simple, and just put PAL dot. If you live on a road, for instance, ROAD or RD dot. There's the 3-letter trick, but some people got caught out on the Mortal Kombat machine for this, in all honesty. But that could be 123 AAA Buckingham Palace. Yeah? 123 XXX Buckingham Palace. So generally speaking, putting 3 letters anywhere at the beginning, at the end, or in the middle of the address usually works really well. Okay? You haven't got to worry too much about country. That stays the same. Telephone number's got to be totally unique. So this is where I've bought a load of SIM cards and I just use those. The reason why you don't really want to just make up a telephone number, they're never going to call you. But what happens if someone else in your country has made up that same telephone number, or it's theirs and they're trying to go for the drop as well? Supreme's going to see that, bang, they'll say you've got a duplicate order. That's the problem. So make sure you find unique telephone numbers where you can. Zip code will always stay the same, or the postal code will stay the same. Okay? Don't worry too much about that. For some reason, Supreme don't look into it, mainly because if you think about your postal code and your zip code, it applies to a whole street, so they can't ban everyone on the street. So when it comes to the cards, you can't jig your card number. You can't do that. It needs to be a totally different card. Yeah? Now, that card number needs to be totally different. If you're in the UK, the two sort of providers that work is generally Monzo and Revolut. Curve has kind of been working, but there's been some issues. Now, your high street banks obviously can work, but if they've got 3DS, so in other words, they try and send you a text or you have to input a code, you're too late. You've lost the item. It's not going to work. If you can't do it via an app and approve, you're too late. Now, Monzo, if you pay £5 a month, you can get 5 new cards, plus your physical card, that's 6 cards. Revolut, you can get a bunch of cards. Be careful, though. Don't put too much money in these accounts, because if they clip the accounts, they hold your money. It's simple as that, okay? So you need to make sure you've got individual cards, individual addresses, individual names, emails, and telephone numbers for each individual task. So at the moment, because I've only got 3 profiles, I can only go for 3 of the same item. And that would assume that in the curve profile, that's a totally different name, address, etc., or a jigged address and totally different card, which it is. Look at the end numbers that are fictitiously made up. Same with the debit. Yeah. So I'd have, if I want to go for 10 items, 10 of these profiles. I'm sure that does make sense, but do not run the same task for one item more than once. If you want to try it and go for a different item on that task, go for it. I've managed to hit that way. I have managed to hit, so it's up to you. Remember, start 30 seconds before. We'll be able to watch this later. Of course you will, John. We're going to post this up on the SwiftSole YouTube. Do not worry. This is going to be here for you guys to watch back and back again. Don't multicart the box logo. Very, very simple. Ensure you are on the correct version of SwiftSole. Go into your test flight app. Make sure it doesn't say update now. If it just says open, you're golden. Okay? Get into the SwiftSole Discord and make sure that you're getting those on there as well. And of course, please, the biggest thing that we'll see on the drop, especially in Discord, is people going, why was I declined? Why didn't I hit? And the reason being is usually because someone's mucked up their CVV, or they've mucked up their expiry date or something stupid, just a small minor detail that you've got wrong because you're getting all excited about hitting Chucky and Mariah coming at you. So be careful with everything that you're doing. So 3 random letters after the address will work for jigging. Most of the time, that does work. Don't use custom delays. This is one thing, right? So what you can do is you can set custom delays. We're going to go into some of these settings in a minute. And you can see down at the bottom there, it says don't use custom delays. Don't use them. SwiftSole know their onions. They know what delays to use. They'll set them from their end. It's the best way to go. Okay. Now, what you've got at the top there is something called a Discord webhook, where basically not only will you see your success inside of the app, but also in a Discord channel that you set up. If you're struggling with that, get inside of the Discord on SwiftSole and we can help you there. Send notifications, of course, is a big one. This one's cool as well. Skip bad items if you're multi-carting. So let's say, for instance, Supreme is going for 2 items. One of the items are out of stock. What it will do is it will just skip that item, cart the other item, and go for that instead. But just remember, because SwiftSole's searching for more than one item, it's going to take longer for you to check out. So don't do this on the crossbow, or maybe not even on Chucky neither. Okay, double harvester, don't do it. Keep that off. Keep a single harvester. Trust me, keep a single harvester. Background mode, I keep that on. If you're premium, this is one of the biggest benefits. I can click on background mode. I can come out of the app and it will still work for me. So it means I can go onto my Monzo app or something on the same device and I can approve my 3DSs. So this is one of the big things when it comes to premium. You're going to get that background stuff. And also, I've just left it running before for Air Force Ones and gone about my day on there. Simple. Compact view, have a look. You can see the difference of the compact view of the tasks. See which one you prefer. Now, lastly, you'll be able to set up at the bottom there, if you've got premium, your AYCD auto solve. You get something called an API key and an access token for the app, basically. Okay. What that does is that communicates with AYCD, the automation software, that auto solves capture for you and gives you 1 clicks. Basically, 10 per 1 click is what it gives you. Unbelievable stuff. And you put in all the details there. You press start on AYCD, and then you just run. You sit back, and you get Chuckies all over the gaff, and you get Mariahs just coming at you like there's no tomorrow. Simple as that. Now, obviously, this becomes a lot more intricate, a lot more involved, but do get into Discord if you need some help on that. And I can do a stream solely on AYCD and how to use it. Can we make a spoof card and use it on Supreme, like where you make a card with a website but it links to your bank account? You can, but they're not the most reliable things like Curve. That's what Curve is, yeah? Now, just on this as well, people ask, how many tasks can I do? Look, basically, when it comes to premium, you've got unlimited tasks. And when it comes to standard, you've got a limit of, I believe, 8 tasks. And the thing is, even though you've got an unlimited amount when it comes to premium, don't be stupid. Your device is only going to take so much. I've found that 10 to 12 is a sweet spot on my device. I've got an iPhone 10. If you've got a more capable iPhone, maybe run a bit more. I probably wouldn't go around above 15. That's just my personal opinion. You may have tested and done more than that or less than that. Just be careful. You don't want to crash the app is basically the answer to that. Cool. Let me just see some of the FAQs that we usually get. So first and foremost, why won't it let you create a profile? If you find that the profile is not being saved, it's because somewhere within that profile, when you're creating it, you haven't added a piece of information that it wants. So if I go into profiles now and I try and make one and I just try and save that, it literally won't. If I go back, there's no new profile. Yeah. So if it's not saving it, it means that you've missed a piece of information that it needs for you. It's good. It's a good thing. It's telling you something's wrong. You're not going to check out. It's as simple as that. Basically, don't use the double harvester. Your phone's going to become laggy. Simple as that. There's going to be too much going on in your phone. It's not going to be able to tolerate it. It's not going to be able to take it. SwiftSole Premium. So people ask all the time, and I've been seeing it in the chat, what is the difference between SwiftSole Premium? And again, don't worry, guys. There'll be a Q&A straight after this, I promise, in about 2 to 5 minutes. So basically, first and foremost, you can run infinitely in the background. So the background tasks are the big one. Unlimited tasks, AYCD support, and of course, loads more. Go inside of the SwiftSole Discord. I'm going to put up the Discord for you guys and girls so that you can go in there now and you can see exactly what is going on. And any questions that you've got, any FAQs, you can get at it on that. So AYCD is basically a third-party auto-solving software. I'm sure we've gone through this quite a lot. It does cost extra. It's around the $23 to $25 a month mark. So you may not want it. You may not think it's worth it. But actually, it is worth it, especially for Supreme. And how do you use it? Well, there's a massive guide on AYCD, and I'm going to put that up right now for you because a load of people are asking me that. So give me 1 second. I'm going to put it up right here, and then I am probably going to pin that. Or one of the moderators, can you pin that for me? That'd be great. So that is the AYCD FAQ and setup in case you do want to set it up. That would be cool. Nice. Right. So that is exactly how you will set up SwiftSole inside of the app. Your tasks are here. Everything is laid out for you. Sorry, here's your tasks. Everything is laid out for you here when you go to create tasks. Everything is ready. Now, if you want, you can do a custom one. Not only that, you've got in-store sign up, but of course you've missed it for this week, but you've got the custom one as well. So if you think there's a different item or you want to use different keywords, you can. However, I've found this to be near enough 100% accurate. I've never had an issue with keywords on this. Okay. So create task. You just go in, select what you want. Let's get some boxes, boys. Select what you want, fill out the details that you want, and then it will come up on the screen right there, ready for you to rock and roll. Remember, 30 seconds before the drop is when you want to start. Just 30 seconds before. Get that heart beating, get that adrenaline running, and wait for the checkouts to come in. Listen, if you've been watching this played back and not on the live stream, I shall see you later. But the rest of you guys and girls, if you're on the live stream, stay here because we're going to continue for the Q&A on this next segment. Cool. All right, guys and girls. So we've gone through the setup. Let's have a look at a Q&A. So let's go through, what do you want to know? So what haven't I gone through, or what you're not understanding currently on it? Do we need proxies? No, you don't. You can run locally. Currently, SwiftSole does not support proxies. So that's not something that you want to be doing. Background mode. Good question. Background mode is basically where you do not need the app open. So I can come out of the app right now and I can go about my day and, I don't know, play video games. I don't really play video games, but I can do whatever I want and I don't need to worry. It will still run in the background. Is it better to add more than one Gmail account? You won't really need to. Just add the one, in all honesty, and you should be fine, sir, or madame, whoever you are. Apologies, need a drink. Can you show how to get the token and the key? On AYCD? Is that what you're asking? The problem is if I do that now, I'm going to dox all my information. So I can't do that right now, but there is a guide that I've put up. So I'm going to pin that. There is a guide to that. Should you use cellular or Wi-Fi? I've used both, never seen an issue. But bear in mind, this is another thing as it goes, I forgot to mention. If your data or if the area that you live in is crappy signal and real bad speeds, you're not going to do well. What I'd recommend that you do is maybe go onto your mobile, then go onto Wi-Fi and check the speeds. Whatever one's got the better speed, go with that. That's probably your best bet, in all honesty. Drip check. I knew the producers could do it. You know, he thinks I'm wearing Yeezys. I'm actually wearing something really comfortable today, people. First of all, I've obviously got the Supreme box logo. And just to keep on brand, by the way, I've got the Supreme Wolf tee. There you go, simple. And then I've just got some Sakai's. That like the ones from before. They're just really easy to wear. Like really easy to wear. That's my drip. Hopefully that's an alright drip. I think it's alright. It's just nice and easy to wear. What could happen if I use my same card but different profiles? You will not check out. You'll check out one item. The rest of it will not work. Supreme will block you at checkout. Simple. Aren't y'all giving something away? Listen, Petit. Calm down, sir. Something's coming. Don't worry. How many tasks max for iPhone? I did say I'd recommend no more than 15. Generally 10 to 12, I believe, is the sweet spot. How come you don't get tracking information? Ask Supreme. Don't ask us. That's Supreme. They're idiots. They've told me my Mortal Kombat machines are being delivered on Friday. They all came yesterday. But it still says they're being delivered. It's dumb. Compact mode. So let me show you the difference. I don't need to show you the difference. It's the way in which... Oh, I can. Oh, I can. Okay, thank you. So as you can see, let's have a look. So look, this is non-compact mode. Look at the tasks. See, there's loads. Like, there's a lot of information there. You don't necessarily need to know that information. But if I go to compact view, it makes it smaller. So if I've got a load of tasks running, I might go for compact view. Simple. Thank you, producer. Multiple items on one card. You can do that. Yes, you can. Sometimes Supreme can stop that, but you can. I have a few different profiles set up with some tasks ready. Is it best to start all at the same time or start individually? Start all at the same time. You're good to go. Start all at the same time, 30 seconds before the drop. You will be fine. You do not need the Supreme app. Nope, it does it all for you. Can I cop more than one quantity? No. Supreme does not allow multiples of the same item, but you can get different items. You can get different items, but you cannot have more than one of the same item unless you're changing your profile details. Remember, change your name, your card, your address, your email. You can get more than one. Simple. Should I put random or large for the Corss logo tee? Up to you, sir. If you want to go for large, go large. You know, like generally speaking, going for a direct item size, people would assume that that's quicker. I don't know. If I don't have SwiftSole, how long will it take to set up? Swift Splash, I had to wait a day. No. You won't have to wait a day. You'll get it almost instantly. Almost instantly. You'll be ready to go. Purchase it in a minute, you'll be ready to go. Why should we not use two capture harvesters? Because it's too resource intensive. Your phone's going to become laggy and it's all about speed. There's no need. What could happen if I use the same card but different profiles? I think I've answered this, Ion Flare. I've said that you will not be able to check out another of the same item. You can only get one. Supreme will block that. For the past couple of drops, my task was to get stuck on finding size and said network error. How do I fix that? Most of the time, that is from Supreme's end. Okay, so generally speaking, that's an issue with Supreme, a high traffic error or something like that. Restart your tasks. That's what you got to do. If it's stuck there for a while, restart your tasks. Does Supreme accept privacy cards? Unfortunately not. They've started to block those at the moment, so don't use privacy. Can you show how to multicart? Yeah, I can do that quickly right now for you. So I've kind of already done it. I'm going to create another task. Let's get that bandana looking all bougie. Let me save that. So as you can see, these are my tasks. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of that capture harvester because you know I got premium and I use AYCD because that's what smart people do. Let me get rid of the harvester. So currently, if you have a look there, there's two different carts. Yeah. If I want to change that and I want to add one of those into the other cart, so say I want to do the bandana and put it with Chucky, me old man Chucks, then all I do is I click that cart symbol at the top left there. I hold on to the black bandana and I'll get drippy with Chucky and I just drop it in there. Then I come back down. As you can see, there's only one cart now. Simple. I better not cart that bandana tomorrow. Let me tell you that. Can we use catch-all emails? Yes, you can. Yes, you can use catch-alls. AYCD regular. Is it worth it? That's what I use alongside one-click as well. Is there any way I can use the same card but mess around the address and get multiple same items? Nope. You need I can't stress it enough. Listen, no matter how you word this question, it's always the same answer. If it's the same card, you cannot check out more than one item. Apologies, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now, of course, if you're coming in here and you haven't got SwiftSole yet, here is the link to go and purchase right now. There's something going to be dropping very soon, but this is the link to go purchase if you want. And there's also a written guide of what we've just gone through as well. And I'll get that written guide up on here for you as well. Any other questions that we've got? I can see loads going through the chat. And I know, mods, you are doing a fantastic job. Toadie, I see you, sir. You're doing really well. Can you be my friend? Of course. I'm everyone's friend in this live stream. This is why I'm here, to make friends. This is what we do. Which is faster, random size or specific size? It's a good question, Laurie. How are you doing as well, sir? But I don't know. Some people assume that going for a specific size is quicker. I tend to agree, but I've gone for random. Can you explain Gmail configuration, please? How and why? Yes, Thomas. So what we do is we add in a Gmail. Just like that. Don't dox my son. Nearly did it again. But basically, you log into your Gmail. That then shows Supreme that you're a human because you've got activity on that Gmail, which is called one-clicks. So again, if you see a capture harvester in certain websites, you know when you've got to like pick the fire hydrant or something? Well, basically, that prevents that from happening. And hopefully, Supreme already thinks because of capture that you're a human and it doesn't give you a capture. So adding in that Gmail there allows for that. Can I keep a task running all day for the F1? Yes, if you've got premium. Hence why you should go for premium. Just bear in mind your battery might run down. I've got it in my bag over there. I have a battery pack that I just plug the phone in with. Simple as that. There's loads of questions. It's so fast, right? The producer's getting a headache. Yeah, it's like 8:45 here, and he's not happy. Slow down. Can you cart 2 different items with the same profile but on a different cart? Yes, you can. Yeah. Sorry, it took me a while to think about that one. It took me a while. When is desktop coming? There's some news coming soon. Not yet. Not today. But news coming soon. Watch the space. Different card, but same address. I don't know if I can be clearer, people. Just make sure you are jigging the address somehow. Yeah? Change the street name a bit. Put a space there. You know, if your space is your street's Applewood Row, put Apple, then Wood. Put Apple and Wood. Something like that. All right? Just change up the address. Different colour tees still is one item. Yes. Correct, Travis. Different colour tees are still the same item. You won't be able to check them out. Please say hi to my wife, Elizabeth. She's sitting right next to me watching this. What's happening, Liz? How you doing? I hope you're going for the Chucky Doll, Liz. Liz, make sure you get your husband something nice for Christmas, something from Supreme, maybe a Mortal Kombat machine. If you need one, give me a call. I've got one for sale. How would you jig your address if you live in an apartment? Easy. Put apartment 1, APT 1. Put 1 apartment, 1 APT. You know what I mean? Easy. So easy. Literally easy. Does my phone need to have an EUIP to run Supreme EU? Look, you can't use VPNs really, but look, generally speaking, you could still go for it. Just, bear in mind Supreme might stop you, but most of the time you're all right. Like, I've run Supreme US on my home IP and I've been fine in the past, but you never know what they're going to do. Can I log into another device if I log out of my iPhone because my iPad is faster? You can try it, but generally speaking, it only works off of that one test flight invite. But don't try and run them both at the same time. That's never going to work. Never going to work. But you can try it if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just in case. Can I go for more than one item on a profile if they're different? Yes. If your profile is different, you can go for more than one item. Very simple as that. Is it going to release on Android too? You need to ask the developers on that one. Can you use PayPal with the card you used on another task? No, you can't. PayPal's a bit slow as well. I wouldn't really recommend using PayPal anyway, but PayPal's not a thing. Do you need background mode if you have to do a 3DS? Not necessarily. Before using background mode, I've been able to verify 3DS very quickly and go back to it. It's just at a certain time, I don't know the exact time, it will stop. So you should have enough time, but just to make sure that you're ready for it, I would personally get premium just to make sure you're all good and gravy on that one. Why does task stuck on waiting for AYCD? Because you haven't set up AYCD, unfortunately, correctly. You need to make sure on AYCD you've started autosolve on all of them, your API key and also your code is correct. And then you need to make sure that it says at the bottom left on AYCD connected. That's what you need to make sure is going on. Would you recommend Chucky and Box logo in the same cart? Absolutely not. Listen, Callie, calm down. Do that in separate carts. Don't try and go for Chucky and Box in the same. Don't try and just save on $5 for shipping or something. Honestly, it's not worth it. Can Supreme cancel your order? Yes, they do it all the time. They cancel loads. They cancel loads. Usually, though, they only cancel the duplicate. They don't always cancel all of them, but they have been doing recently. Can you use a prepaid card? Of course you can. Of course I'll answer, Playboy. Most of the time you can. Some cards may not work. Depends on how Supreme want to act on the day. If I'm getting a new phone, can I transfer the bot to my new phone? Yes, because it's linked to your Apple ID. So just sign in with Apple ID. MasterCard accepted. All major cards are accepted. But again, if it's not a 3DS card, you're fine. If it's got 3DS and it needs to be done via text or via code you got to input, I wouldn't bother. How many items can I cop in one drop? How good are you? How good are you at botting? Simple. You can get 100 items if you're great. You can get no items if you're me. But yeah, you can get as many as you want generally. Can I use? You can use it. Yeah, you can use an iPhone 6. Do you know what I used on the Mortal Kombat machine last week? An iPhone 6S. How about that? And I hit it. What are you saying? Does my phone need to have an EUIP? I've already answered that, didn't I? Generally speaking, not always, but I'd recommend going for that. If I got a BOGO from the drop and they're restocking, can I get the restock? Nope. You can't. Unfortunately not. What happens if we only hit 1/3 of tasks? Then you only get 1/3 of the items. I think that's the answer. Is it maths time? Are you my teacher from secondary school and you're trying to test me? Should I put Mariah and the ski mask in the same car? Do you know what? I don't want to be the person that you come and complain to. Listen, Josh or LuckyBotter, you told me and I didn't hit and now Christmas is ruined because Mariah's not coming. I told Mum Mariah's coming. It's a risk, but you should be all right. How can I avoid duplicate checkout? Make sure, Jeff, that your profiles are correctly changed and jigged. Make sure you're using different cards, different emails, etc. That is the number one reason. Does this work with Apple Watch? I mean, that's got to be a joke. I like this. That's got to be a joke. Friendliest friendly of friends. You're not friendly at all. How tall is the Chucky Doll? Oh my God. I have no idea. But do you know what? It's a good question how big it is. That is a good question. I need to know that. Do you know what? Even though that might be a troll question, he's got a good point. How tall is the Chucky? I don't know. I mean, this is not to scale, is it? But this big, maybe this big? It's got to be quite big. It's holding like a fake knife. I don't know. Oh God, you got me bewildered on that one. Anyway, we're going to have a couple of questions. Yeah, there are better chances. Single cart is definitely a better chance. Definitely a better chance. 100%. It's 15 inches. I like it. But the problem is, TB7, the last time Supreme gave us their dimensions on the Mortal Kombat machine, it was totally wrong. Like, even the weight was wrong. And by the way, the UPS shipping box said £0.5 pound. It's a 40 kg item. Yeah, a load of people have said 15 inches, and the reason why is because that's what Supreme has said. But I don't know. I never trust them. I never trust them. Good keyword. You don't have to worry about it. This is the beauty of the bot. Watch this. Can I get the phone back up? Sorry, producer. He's gonna go mad in a minute. But basically, when I go to add, right, create task, it's already got it for you. It's already in there. I'll just go add that, save that task. Task was created. I'm ready to roll. I am ready with SwiftSole to cop Chucky. 15 inches, or maybe not. Who knows? Imagine you could start button on your Apple Watch. Do you know what? It's not bad, is it? But if you can start on your Apple Watch, it's not hard just to pick up your phone and start on your phone. Like, it's a convenience that you don't need. Let's face it. When would I ever need to use restock mode? When you've gone for maybe the initial drop and now it's maybe 10 minutes later and you're like, do you know what? I'm just going to run it for a bit and see what happens. Change to restock mode. Or maybe if you don't know if something's dropping, like the Air Force Ones, so you just run restock modes. Do I necessarily have to get the premium feature? No, you don't. You don't necessarily have to do it. It just depends on what you're looking to do. If you want to run it in the background, if you want to run more tasks, and if you want to use AYCD feature, then yes, you'd want premium. But you don't necessarily need that. No. Any other questions? But why wouldn't you? For like $3 a month, or whatever it is, $4 a month? I mean, it's a no-brainer. How many profiles should I make? How many profiles have you got? Is the answer. Can I do this at school, or does the IP address matter? Yeah, do it at school. Why not? Do you know what? Do it in your lesson. Forget what your teacher's saying. This is more important. Tell them, Josh, a.k.a. the LuckyBotter, said, can you be quiet because Chucky's coming and Mariah's coming? And by the way, my trade, I'm actually a teacher. So tell them I'm important and I know what's best. If we are running desktop but on the same Wi-Fi network, should we run Swift on cell network to avoid IP ban? I've never had an issue. That's a very good question, but I've never had an issue doing that. Never had an issue. So I wouldn't worry. Can I go for different colours of the crossbow go with the same profile? Nope. They still don't allow multiples. Weirdly, though, in store, I think it was on the crossbow go, they allowed 2 different colours, which is strange. It's just online they don't. So, no. You won't be able to get both colours, I'm afraid. Any other questions? I mean, there's got to be loads. There's loads, right? It's so hard to find. They're literally all the same. I think we've gone through quite a lot of them, to be fair. And look, don't forget, we are obviously inside of the Discord as well. I'm in there. You can always, don't DM me because I've got so many DMs and I don't answer them anymore. But tag me inside the Discord if you need me. What's the difference between restock mode and drop mode? It's just the way in which that it processes. It's the usage that it needs. So even the delays, etc. It's like setting delays in a bot. How often does it refresh, etc. Why is SwiftSole better than other bots? The development team. It's as simple as that. The way in which it mimics human activity is like no other bot. That's the reason why Supreme, generally speaking, doesn't detect it. Because it's just so good at emulating human activity. Best place to sell Supreme. Oh, to sell Supreme. Cool. Best place other than StockX, generally speaking, local markets. And not like markets as in like your Sunday boot sale market or your flea market. I mean, generally speaking, like Facebook groups and stuff like that. That's really good places to sell Supreme. There's loads of collectors out there. There's WhatsApp groups and stuff like that as well. If a task failed, do you need to create a whole new task again? No, you just restart the task. That'll be fine. That'll be totally fine. Can I buy the Mariah Kerry with some... Someone just said something. And I saw Mariah Kerry. And with some boxes to split the shipping. Don't do that. There's no point. Honestly, don't waste time just to save $5 on shipping, please. Don't do it because you're gonna not be able to hit. What did that one say? Oh right, it went. Sorry, I apologize. Say it again if you. That's all right. I can cop Chucky and Box logo with the same profile. Yes, you can. You can. 2 in store. Yep. Generally speaking, you do get 2 in store. I did say that. My guy. And we're going to go on to something that's lucky in a second. So listen, this is what we're going to do now because you've all stayed this long and we've got what? Just over 1,000 of you. Jesus, you're doing bits. Let's get ready because SwiftSole is going to drop 5 free keys. So for those of you that are ready to buy the product, wait because we are about to drop the keys on you. Simple as that. So this is going to be the website that you need to go on to. Now, I'm gonna do it via the mobile. And I'll tell you why. Because everyone gets upset if they don't cop. Don't show the mobile yet, though, just in case. I don't know what's on here. Hold on. But get ready and get onto the website of SwiftSole. And my phone's just frozen, which is great. There we go. Oh, maybe not. All right, so get ready. What we're going to be doing is dropping 5 100% off promo codes where you can purchase SwiftSole for absolutely nothing. Ready for tomorrow's drop. Ready for you to rock and roll. So give me a second. I'm going to get SwiftSole up so that you can see what I'm seeing. So producer, if we can put my my phone on the screen, please. That would be great. No, not Dagenham Market. Keithy, what a guy. Dagenham Market, my guy. Ship and shovel. So this is what you do. This is the website. SwiftSole.app. All right. Simply go to products. Do this now with me, either on your laptop or whatever. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to purchase SwiftSole. All right. I mean, I'm not going to be bottom from here. Before you check out, don't go anywhere. Yeah. Top there, the show order summary. See where the price is? Click show order summary. Get ready. Oh, don't put that in. So, what we're going to be doing now is dropping a promo code that basically you guys, 5 uses only. 5 uses only. So you need to be quick on this, honestly. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to type in the promo code bit by bit inside of the chat. You ready? So this is what you do. This is the first part of the promo code. When it doesn't want to lag. Who's with me? Lagging on my laptop. I'm just going to tell you the promo code because for some reason it doesn't want to do it. So the promo code is all capital letters, Lucky X Swift. So again, it's Lucky X Swift in capital letters. Put it in the discount code, click that arrow, and you have got SwiftSole for free. Lucky X Swift. And even that didn't give me the L on there. So Lucky X Swift in the discount code. You got 5 uses. Let me know if you got it down below. That's free of charge, lifetime key for you to basically hit Supreme, Chucky Dolls, Mariah, Crossbogos, all of it tomorrow. One of the most important drops of the year for us, let's face it. Best 3 drops to go for per task. Crossbogo, Chucky, Mariah. Boom. Done. Does my credit card address need to match the address I fill in on Supreme? Not really, but the postcode does. You got it. Who got it? Which one was that? I didn't see it. Aaron Smith, go. Look, my laptop's done. My laptop's gone. Weird got it. Yes, like it, sir. And of course, if you didn't hit, apologies. There can only be 5 winners and there's like 1,000 people on there. Don't worry, Trigger. Do not worry. You weren't ready. How can you not be ready? I was literally like saving time for you to get ready. I even loaded the website. Yeah, even I could have hit that. All right. Well done, GRQV. You got it. I want to see you hit. I want to see you hit tomorrow. Get inside of the Discord on SwiftSole once you've downloaded the bot. At me, let me know how you're getting on. If you need any help with setting up or anything like that, it's as simple as that. All right. So just before we go, don't forget, if you do want to purchase SwiftSole and you didn't manage to hit a key, don't worry. You can purchase it right now for $50, which is a lifetime key. I mean, let's face it, right? There's other bots that you can go out there and buy for $5,000 that are not hitting as much as SwiftSole currently. So if you would have bought it last week or the week before, you would have made your money back in one drop. Unbelievable. Listen, guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hopefully, I'll be back for SwiftSole here at LaunchPod Studios to bring to you all the information regarding the drop coming up, how to set up your tasks, what not to do, what to do, bit of banter, and also me always getting personals from Supreme. I'm not a reseller. I'm just a buyer and a collector by the looks of it, because that's all I do. I can't sell it. I just wear it. Simple as that. But listen, guys, good luck tomorrow. Make sure you follow that advice. Go back and watch the video if needed. Go and read the guides. Do not be in the Discord 10 minutes before the drop or even 1 minute before the drop going, should I do this? It's not going to work. Make sure you set up with plenty of time. Make sure everything's settled. Get yourself a coffee or a tea. Sit down. Get ready to eat, because SwiftSole is obviously going to take stock. Thank you so much for allowing me to have your attention. And as always, guys, be lucky.